We'll see if the US comes back with a better offer. But in the meantime, there's another power eager to take America's place: Russia. Moscow has been working with Niger's junta for months. In May, it sent Russian forces to allegedly train the Nigerian military. These trainers started operating out of a different airbase, Airbase 101, located near Niger's capital, Niamey. The Russian trainers are likely to make good use of Airbase 201 as well. This entire saga demonstrates the changes in West Africa. The region is moving away from the West and embracing other partners, like Russia. The US and its Western allies need to look at why. Why are they so unpopular? And why are they being replaced? Unless they can figure out the answer to that, losing a $100 million airbase may just be the beginning of their West African woes.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am not going to suggest anything in this video. I am not suggesting anything to you, but I think there is something fishy, or there is something important that you have to know about. Now, the last time I visited Niger Republic was 2016. Yes, 2016. That was the last time I visited Niger Republic. I know Agadez, I know Niamey, and all those, deserts that for me it's not habitable, but a lot of people are living there. So I know someone who is in Agadez. Now, when I met the guy, I was not, in a good mood to talk to him very well. I think for 1 week we were together. For 1 week, I stayed in his place precisely in Agadez. So I saved his number on my Google Drive because I know that maybe one way or the other I might lose the number. So when Niger could happen, then I started tracing him back, and I was able to reach him. And I reached him on Facebook, and we talk. He told me the situation that time. And recently, I was talking with him yesterday because of the issue of people who are waving Russian flag. I like doing investigation. I like knowing the root of things, because they cannot wave a Russian flag in Nigeria without a mandate from Niger Republic, because Niger Republic, they are now, let me just say, they are more or less Russians, because they believe in everything about Russia, and Russia is in charge of their security as I speak to you now. So I was talking to this my guy yesterday, and he told me that yesterday that America is finally leaving Niger. That after the Niger coup, they gave America some days or some weeks or some time to leave, and they started leaving little by little. If you remember that time that America was trying to push Tinubu to establish a military base for America and French in Nigeria, and the Northerners kicked against it. Everything going on in Nigeria right now is international politics. It's either you take it or you leave it. There is a very strong international politics going on in Nigeria. Now, America was pushed out of Nigeria because of the northern Nigeria, not even because of the southerners. Now, $100 million base that America was staying in Niger, Russia are now occupying it. The Russian military are now occupying it. Russia now have a base in Niger Republic. Is that a problem? No. That yesterday, immediately America was leaving, Russia made an announcement that they want a military base close to Nigerian border. A military base close to Nigerian border is like Russian base in Nigeria. You know why? Because there is no border between Nigeria and Niger. There is no border between Nigeria and Niger. No border. When I mean no border, no border. I have been to Niger. You can take your bike, follow other routes from people house to people house. It's like when you're even living in a one community, family houses. That is how this northern Nigeria and Niger are. Unless you follow the major road where you will get to custom, we ask you passports and all those things. So, if eventually Russia now draw near close to Nigerian border, meaning Russia is already inside Nigeria. Now, I am beginning to think about this because Russia cannot say that they want to draw close to Nigerian border. That day, people begin to fly Russian flag. The Russian embassy in Nigeria They have said that people who are waving Russia flag, they are just doing it from their own will, that it doesn't mean anything, that Russia don't know anything, or Russia is not involved in the protests or in the people carrying their flag. So Russia is innocent. That is what the embassy is saying. But I'm trying to, read or connect the dots of what is going on. America cannot leave Niger that day, and Russia said they want another military base, additional close to Nigerian border. And that very day, people begin to wave Russian flag. As I said before in this video, I am not going to suggest anything to you. I'm not going to say anything further. So what is going on in Nigeria? International politics have already entered into Nigeria, and that is why I'm not happy with the way the politicians in Nigeria are going. For me, instead of military or Russia to help carry out useless things in Nigeria, I would like let there be referendum immediately. Let everybody go on their own. Let everybody go on their own. Let there be referendum. You understand? Because as it stands now I understand why the federal government were taking the flag so serious, because that is not the first time people were using other countries' flag in Nigeria. The Shiite, they use the Palestine flag almost every time. Even last month they used it, right? You saw them waving the Palestine flag last month, right? No problem. And people from the southeast use sometimes American flag and Israel flag. And sometimes people also use United Kingdom flag. So the use of flag is not a new thing in Nigeria. If you go to churches, you see even on the altar, almost the whole nation of the world, their flag is there at the altar, which represents that place is a place where people can come in. Now, why is it that the federal government are calling people who are holding flag treason? You are just waving flag. Flag is like ordinary, ordinary shirt. So for you to wave flag and the government will say that it's a treason, meaning the government knows what we don't know about. I'm just trying to connect the dots. The government know what we don't know about. So I advise Tinubu, he still have opportunity to become a hero. Let him address so many issues as fast as possible. The best thing he can do for Nigerians right now is to make sure people have a referendum. Tinubu might do it at the end of his tenure, but not now. Tinubu is afraid of the North. Tinubu is afraid. Tinubu don't even know what to do at this moment. But the man can take a very dangerous decision and scatter this country before he leave office. If you study this man, he don't care about anything. And that is why things are very difficult in his administration. He don't listen to people. I think he's so careless and stubborn. But Tinubu, if he sees that he don't have power above this international politics playing in Nigeria right now, Tinubu is going to scatter Nigeria. And I'm advising him to do that in peace. People are suffering already. People are suffering already. First of all, in the meantime, let him reduce the price of fuel, because we are not leaving the streets for this protest. Let him reduce the price of fuel. After reducing the price of fuel, let him do the necessary, like tackle this issue of insecurity in the north, in the southeast, by releasing Nnamdi Kanu, especially in the southeast. In the north, he should have other modalities to deal with it. People are really suffering. Nobody knows what is going to happen in Nigeria tomorrow, because the protesters are not ready to back down. Yes, I said we are not ready to back down, because there is a purpose why we started. Like these Anglican people will say that if you are running a race and you go back, the ones you've run, all of them will become, null. So we are not going to give up. At least let us achieve one or two things. We cannot be coming out to protest and we'll stop protest without achieving the purpose why we started. If it will take us 1 year, let's continue to protest in 1 year. But the advice I'm giving to Tinubu is that don't let people to take advantage of this protest and carry out something that everybody will not accept. So let us do this thing in peace. Scrap the constitution and give people referendum. Let them have a referendum to decide whether they want to live. I know that the reason why when we are talking about these things, it doesn't make sense to politicians. It doesn't make sense to people who are looting Nigeria, because they are so confident that the money they looted will be enough for them to solve their problem. They have embezzled a lot of money, and for them, what do you mean? If you share this country now, something might happen to our wealth. Something might happen to this, something might happen to that. And some persons will say, what about the West in the North in the East in the Yoruba land? How are they going to go? It's normal. When you go to Gambia, go to Syria, and you see that these are Igbo business-dominated countries. Igbos are not having problem over there. But in this country, Igbos are having problem. Why? Why? Most of, if you go to Senegambias, you see Fulanis and all those people, they are living there well. But in Nigeria here, they are having problem. Why? Because there is something that is not working with this nation. And I think the issue of referendum could solve it. So as I said before about the issue of that Russia something, I am not giving you subjection. I am not telling you that this is the reason why Russia is drawing close to Nigeria right now. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just passing a very declassified information to you. This information, you can't see it in every news media. You can only see that America left in the Niger Republic and Russia took their base. That is all the information you are going to see. You won't see this information I'm telling you on the mainstream media. Everybody should use their teeth, or tongue, I mean to say, to count their teeth. Because we are living in a very dangerous days. International politics that they want to play in Africa. Africa is like a battleground right now. Africa is going to be a battleground. They are going to fight for the souls of Africa. They want to see who can control more Africa. Because people are getting ready for the Third World War. The NATO and the Russia, they are not agreeing when it comes to the issue of this Ukraine. And the NATO has given the F-16 and some sophisticated weapons and flights and giving Ukraine permission for them to use it to attack Russia. And Russia is warming up that if Ukraine use American plane or from Europe, they use their plane to attack their soil, they are not going to just fight Ukraine. They will now extend it to that particular country that supplied that weapon. And you know what that means? It means a full-blown war. So people are preparing grounds for all these things. Russia now, their plan is that from the ends of the West Africa, they want to chase the France out first and make that place their base. So that Niger and Tunisia, they're already in alliance with, especially Niger, yes. Niger is already in alliance with the Russia. Now, if there is a full-blown war, it will be very easy to attack Europe from the North Africa. Very, very easy to attack Europe from the North Africa. So, in other part of the American continent, you saw what is going on. How Russia are trying to penetrate close to America. They already have a close border in the northern part of America. They want a close border in the other side. And in Europe, in northern Europe, it's very easy for Putin to attack Germany and all those northern Europe. But from the south, for him to penetrate France, Portugal, Spain, he needs northern African countries where they can enter into the sea. Something is going on, but people are not understanding. Let me stop here. Have a nice time.